Hello, everyone. This is Nick from Common Ground. We hope you are doing well in spite of the weirdness that is going on everywhere, it seems. And that weirdness has affected us. I'm here just to let you know, if you don't already know it, that we will not be having services, at least public services, this Sunday at our regular location. Instead, we will be streaming the service via Facebook Live. Now, we understand that not everybody is on Facebook, so we will be working on platforms in the future so that we can hopefully get these services out to more people. But in the meantime, we do encourage folks to gather in groups of less than 10, of course. But if you know somebody, if you have Facebook and you know somebody that doesn't, would you invite them to your house on Sunday at 10 o'clock when we normally have our service, and participate with us in that service? And maybe if there's a group of maybe 8 people or so in a home, you can continue to corporately worship and pray with one another. We're looking for all kinds of options and alternatives to be able to continue functioning as God's people during these very different and challenging times that we are facing. Some other things that we would encourage you to do is to stay in contact with one another. We might have to go back to the old telephone calling tree, but keep reaching out to one another. People still have needs. People had needs before the coronavirus situation arose and needed help. People are having some tough times because of COVID-19. And so we as a church need to stay agile and be ready to mobilize and to do whatever we can to help one another through these times. One of my concerns is staying in communication with one another beyond, making phone calls and things like that. Not everybody is signed up for our church email newsletter. We would really encourage you to do that now if you have not already. You can go to our church website, and that is commongroundcma.org, commongroundcma.org. And on that website, you'll be able to access sermons and messages. You'll be able to use an app that will help you to continue to tithe electronically. And also you'll be able to subscribe to our church newsletter. And we're going to really be ramping up how we use that newsletter to stay in touch with one another and to communicate with one another. If you are on Facebook and you have not already liked our Facebook page, we encourage you to find Common Ground on Facebook and to do just that, because we'll be using that platform as well to help get information out to people. These are times where it's frustrating and it's challenging. It's not easy to make a decision to have to cancel church services, but we want to do that not because the government's telling us to do that or some other higher human authority has come along and said this is what we must do, but because we're just heeding the warnings that the CDC has and HWO has been putting out to limit the spread. And we want to protect our healthcare workers, and we also want to protect those who are vulnerable because of underlying health issues right now, or maybe because of age and are more susceptible to the adverse effects of this virus that's going on. We have no idea how long this is going to take, and we don't know what it's going to look like when it's all done. But I believe sincerely in all my heart, we'll get through it, and we'll get through it together, because we're always better together, we're stronger together, and that's really the way we were created to function anyway. So God is giving us a great opportunity to do things differently. He's giving us the chance to rise up and stop doing church and be the church. And so those are some of the things that are before us right now, and we're working very hard to creatively come up with ways to stay connected, to stay engaged, and most especially to be available to serve God's kingdom in whatever manner we can right now. I would like to ask all of our regular common ground commoners, as we call you, to look around and take care of your neighbors, take care of friends, take care of maybe even perfect strangers right now. Look for opportunities to reach out and to help them, because there's people that they're a little unnerved, they're a little unsettled by things that are going on right now. And this might be the best opportunity that you could ever give them to say, hey, look, God's got this, and he's got us, and he'll get us through this. Let's do that together. So what an opportunity we have to go beyond our church walls right now. And rather than see us as being limited by these restrictions and whatnot that are being placed right now, let's look at opportunity, and let's look at ways that God can shape us and form us to do what he's been wanting to do in his church for a long time, and that's for us to rise up. So that's our message for today. We'll continue to give updates as time goes by, and hopefully get even better at this sort of thing. So again, tune in Sunday on Facebook, where we will be live streaming our service, and you will be receiving a message in our current series, Golgotha. This message will be presented by Job Gooddale, and he is going to be talking about the trials of Jesus before the Sanhedrin and Herod. And I think we're probably going to find some timely stuff that's going to help us face the trials we're facing right now today, knowing that Jesus is with us, and he is determined to take whatever step is necessary to be with us, and especially during this time. So stay encouraged, stay connected, and stay hopeful, and can't wait to see you face to face again. Thanks a lot.